All right, welcome back, and we're going to try factoring another example of a trinomial with a number in front of the x squared. So here it is, 30x squared plus 3x minus 9, and really important, always look for a greatest common factor. That's always the first thing you want to look for. If you don't do that, you'll end up with the wrong answer. So let's look at these, 30x squared plus 3x minus 9. And I can see they're all divisible by 3. So I'm going to factor that out. So that's going to be 3 times 10x squared. And 3 times positive x. And then 3 times negative 3. And there's my greatest common factor taken out. Now I'm going to take a look at what I have in the brackets and see if I can factor this stuff. So I'm now going to use the process that we saw in the previous example. I'm going to multiply the 10 with the negative 3 at the end and make a simpler trinomial. Let's have a look and see if there's any way to factor this guy. So looking at this, do we have any numbers that multiply together to make negative 30 that add up to positive 1? So I'm going to run through my choices here. So this is the process of step 2. There's 1 times 30, and that's not going to work. 2 times 15, which is not going to work. 3 times 10, which is not going to work. 4, and there it is, 5 and 6. There's our candidates. They're going to work because they multiply together to make a 30, and they're 1 apart. So we're going to fill in the blanks here with x and a 5, x and the 6. Now I just got to decide on the pluses and minuses. I want them to add up to positive 1, so I'm going to make the 6 positive and the 5 negative. So they multiply together and they make negative 30, and they add up to positive 1. Now really important is I don't forget I multiplied the 10 over with the 3 in the beginning, so I now have to divide by that 10. Now I'm going to reduce those fractions to lowest terms. So this becomes 1/2. And over here, this becomes 3 over 5. And now that I have fractions, I don't want to end up with fractions in my answer. So I'm going to bring up the denominator. So the 2, I'm going to bring that in front of the x. And then I have minus 1. And then over here I'm going to bring that 5 in front of the x. And then I got my plus 3. So here's what I think the complete factored answer is. And if I wanted to be absolutely certain, I would FOIL the mess out. Now, this would be a lot of work to FOIL, so a really quick way that I could check would be something like this. How about if I just ignored the 3 for the moment and I went 2x times 5x? Yep, that's 10x squared. So that's looking pretty good. And the negative 1 times the 3 does give me negative 3. So I'm certainly getting the stuff in the brackets up at this level when I FOIL this out. And then I got my 3 out in front, which is what I had over here. So this is my factored answer. Looking pretty good. So with that, I am going to call it quits for factoring trinomials. We will catch you later.